Hello, Cougar fans. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. College Heights Christian Cougars versus the Parsons Vikings here at Ozark Christian College Field, Ambassador Soccer. College Heights wearing black tonight. Parsons in white and blue. About ready for kickoff, 40 minutes on the clock. Cougars coming out in a 4-4-2. We got Bowman on the right fullback spot, Calandro right center back, Dahl left center back, and Beatty on the left fullback position. Clevenger on the right wing in the midfield. Farragon on the right center mid. Schumacher left center mid, and Anredder on the left wing. And up top today for the Cougars are Nelson and Haley. Parsons will take the opening kick. They're going to be working right to left. Cougars left to right in this first half. Coach Dogach is recruiting a ball boy to get ready for the game. Hey, that's better than a lot of games when we recruit them 10 minutes in, so. All right, that's the opening whistle, and we're underway. Parsons plays it back to the back line. Haley pressures the ball early. Almost stole away into the midfield. Schumacher gets a touch, still in possession for the Vikings. Deflected away to Beatty. Schumacher in control in the midfield. Plays it up to Nelson. Nelson receives and tries to play through on the connection. Parsons steals. Schumacher wins possession and gets fouled. Will get the free kick. Farragon sends it in. Clevenger's there in the box. Takes the shot and scores. And the Cougars take an early 1-0 lead. Assist for Farragon and finish by Clevenger.
Nice finish. Nice pass, Michael.
And the referee starts play. That's number 7, Fernando Zacharias, a senior for the Vikings, plays it across. Number 11, Barkas, comes back and plays it into the middle. Schumacher comes up and deflects up to Haley. Stolen away by the Vikings. Dahl comes up and challenges, deflects, but still on the ball for the Vikings. Sent across the box, out of play, and goal kick for the Cougars.
How far is that kick going to go, Liam? Don't go further than the ball's going to go.
Fernando takes the goal kick. Low ball over to the far side. Schumacher challenges over there with the number 9, Zacharias. That's Mario Zacharias, the freshman. Shot on goal, and Stewart's there to receive it. Stewart comes to the top of the box to punt it away. Top spinning ball into the middle. Headed by Marcus Peak. Stolen away by the Cougars into possession for Clevenger. Clevenger sends it into Nelson. Nelson takes the shot with his right and just over the frame. Good shot for Nelson. And Cougars with some quick transition there. Goal kick for the Vikings. Antonio Ada in the goal for the Vikings. Backspin ball into the middle. Perigin wins it with his chest. Tries to play it through to Schumacher, stolen away. Ball deflected by Perigin over to Bowman. Bowman tries to play it back in the middle, stolen away again by the Vikings. Good through ball, and Calandra will chase back. Calandra gets there, still fighting for the ball. Bowman plays it off of his leg, and back into possession for the Vikings. And Calandra just puts it out the end line, corner kick for the Vikings. Ball chipped in. Clevenger heads it up into the air. Calandra tries to clear it, still in trouble, top of the box. Played across, Schumacher steps in and still in the box. Fight for possession. Cleared away, shot on goal by Fernando Zacharias, but off frame and goal kick for the Cougars. Dahl taking the goal kick this time for the Cougars.
Go get the ball. Go get the ball.
Backspin ball high into the middle. Perigin's there first, heads it forward. Haley's on the run. Anredder sends it all the way into the box, and Antonio for the Vikings is there to scoop it up. Driving ball to the far side. Beatty heads it. Beatty covering on the far side. Parsons gets through to the corner. Shot across the box. Stewart comes out for it and is able to grab it before it goes out of the box. Looking to transition on the near side. Clevenger wins it. Gives it back to Bowman. Number 7, Zacharias makes the turn. Clevenger helps back. Ball played back to Peak. In the air is trouble in the box, and Stewart's there to make the save.
Hey, first touch. First touch, clear that, boys. Come on.
Stewart punts it into the middle. Ball gets through. Perigin touches and goes forward. He's looking to get the angle. Perigin gets into the box, into the 6-yard box, cuts it back into the middle for Nelson, and Nelson strikes it with his right, but wide. Haley was there for a touch also, but missed. And goal kick for the Vikings.
Great position, Michael. That's what we needed. Got to finish it. You guys got a one-touch clear on your defense.
Goal kick sent over to the far side. Schumacher gets a touch. Still in play. Schumacher's able to win it into space. Still on the far side, plays it through to Anredder. Good ball up ahead. Anredder sends it into the box, and Ada's there to gather it up.
Keep it away from the keeper.
Ball into the middle. Schumacher chests it down. Leaves it for Perigin. Perigin tries to poke through, stolen away by Peak. Ball played through. Calandra chases back to the top of the box, and Beatty's able to clear. Perigin has the ball with plenty of space, sends it through for Nelson. Nelson on the run, Goalie goes back to his line. Clevenger comes in on the deflection. Nelson leaves it for Clevenger at the top of the box, pokes through, takes it with his left, and strikes it over the goal. Goal kick for the Vikings.
Can't shoot under the goal. Come on, guys, let's go.
Ada takes the goal kick for the Vikings. To the middle of the field, Clevenger heads it into Nelson. Nelson holding up, takes the shot, and sends it well over.
Come on, guys, keep them down, keep them down.
Addie Schumacher working on returning those long shot attempts back into play.
Stay on sides there, boys.
Ada sets up for the goal kick. Ball into the middle. Schumacher steals.
One more.
Still on the ball. Takes the shot, and Ada's there for the save.
Hey, good shot, guys.
Rolled out to the far side. Ball played through. Dow tries to get to it and turns it to the corner.
Behind you, Derek.
Dow wins it on the far side, plays it down the line and out of bounds, throwing for the Vikings. Cervantes takes the throw in. Up ahead to the corner, Parsons has the edge, sent across the box, and Stewart's there to make the save. The back line defending really needs some work. No attention was paid to it in pregame, but that's where the attention should be. Schumacher wins it and drops it to Calandro. Calandro over to Bowman. Bowman over to Clevenger, stolen away. And Bowman tries to keep it in, out of bounds, throwing for the Vikings.
Former passes, guys. There's all kinds of room out on the right wing.
Zacharias leaves it for Watkins. Clevenger steals. Plays it through for Nelson. Deflected by number 24, that's Real. Played down the near side, and Calandro clears to the corner. Corner kick for the Vikings. Low ball sent in. Clevenger tries to clear it, still in trouble. Dow pushes it high into the air.
Oh, no, you got to drop on that. Oh, no, go do it.
Freeze on the ball for the Vikings, sends it down the near side. Zacharias was offside, and free kick for the Cougars.
Go get it.
Dow takes the driving kick into the middle. Goes through the first line. Clevenger tracks back. Nelson's on pressure. And for some reason, Bowman just taps it out of bounds. Throw in for the Vikings.
Back up. Send that up the line next time, Derek. Send it up the line.
Ball into play. Perigins there, knees it forward. Nelson's on.
Go, go.
Nelson fighting for the ball.
Good job, guys.
Runs into Haley, gets past. Anredder's on the backside, takes the shot, and sends it over the goal. .28 minutes left here in the first half. Cougars leading 1-0. Again, flat back line. Ball to the far side. Beatty's fighting for the challenge. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Vikings. Throw in into the box. Beatty's there to clear. Nelson pokes it forward for Clevenger to run under. Nelson heads it up to Clevenger on the second try. Clevenger settles in the middle. Goes to space, gives it for Perigin. Perigin pokes through. Bridge touch, tries to get back to it. Haley's there, pokes it back to Perigin. Perigin at the top of the box. Looking for space, cuts it back. Has an opening at the top. Good feet by number 22, Freeze, to clear it away. Ball played into the middle as Clarendo comes up to challenge. Freeze plays it back into the middle. Calandro's there, plays it with his left. Up to Haley. Haley touches it back. Ball played through again by the Vikings. And just a ton of space on the back line. Embarrassing level of space, if I might say. And Stewart on the goal line is able to grab it. Here on the near side, Perigin with the ball. Perigin deflects. Throw in for the Cougars. Perigin throws it down the line. Clevenger's there, fighting for possession with Watkins.
Oh, that's a playback.
And Ada's able to save it on the line. Parsons throws it to the near side. Sent through again. And Calandra was able to turn it, get it back to the middle for Perigin. Perigin settles, plays it to the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher settles, cuts it back. One touch to Nelson. Nelson into the box, takes the shot, and wide of the frame. 1-0 the score. Vikings another goal kick. Played out of the back, number 24, Reel on the ball. Sent up to the flat back line. Calandra heads it back in. Give him space, guys!
Hey, let's go get this in the air, Black.
Goal kick for the Cougars.
Let's go meet it in the air, Black. Go to it, go to it.
Dow sends a goal kick up into the air for Nelson to head. Anredder sends it out of play, throw in for the Vikings. Throw down the line. Schumacher heads it back out of bounds and throw in again for the Vikings. Freeze is over there for the throw in.
Hudson, you see your space? All kinds of space in here.
Ball in the middle. Dow heads it. Haley's there. Switch it. Bowman challenges for the ball with Zacharias. Zacharias gets through, chips it to the middle. Offside is the call. And free kick for the Cougars. Dow looking to take a quick restart. Leaves it for Perigin.
Look at Hudson, look at Hudson.
Perigin in the middle. Gets to the first defender. Plays it to the far side. Over to Anredder. Anredder keeps it in. Cuts it back. Gets around the first defender. That's number 13, Cervantes. He steals away. Perigin deflects. Schumacher comes in and steals. Carries it wide. That's Boucher on defense. Schumacher still on the ball. Sends it over to Perigin at the top. Calandro's there. Sends it back into the middle for the Vikings. And a couple subs coming in the game for the Cougars. Sawkins and Boney in the game. Sawkins subbing in for Bowman and Boney subbing in for Haley. Beatty doing the throw-in on the far side. Up to Perigin. Deflected by the Vikings up to Anredder. Anredder looking to send it across, deflected away by the Vikings. Schumacher to the ball. Schumacher lays it back for Sawkins. Sawkins opens up and plays it over to Clevenger. Clevenger fights for the ball. Calandro's there, heads it to the near side. Clevenger still fighting for the ball as Zacharias sends it all the way across on the big switch to his brother Mario. Beatty defending. Dahl comes in and is able to deflect. Schumacher comes back and steals. Schumacher has some room up front. Carry in the middle, plays it through to Anredder. Anredder running on the far side. Makes a touch to his left. Has two defenders on him. Gets to the corner. Still on the ball. Has Nelson at the top if you can get it to him. Freeze steals. Freeze played back down the far side. Beatty steps in and wins the challenge. Beatty has some room up front. Plays it to the middle for Nelson. Nelson cuts it back. Plays the big switch over to Clevenger. Clevenger sends it in. Nelson's there off of his chest and is able to finish for the goal. And the Cougars take a 2-0 lead. Cougars defending as the Vikings restart play. Clevenger comes in and makes a heavy challenge. Number 7, Zacharias holding his chin. Watkins will come over for the free kick. On the scale of careless, reckless, and dangerous, I'd say that was probably reckless, but no yellow card given. Sawkins plays it forward, stolen away by Zacharias. Plays it through again, and Stewart comes up. This time is able to get it easily.
Hey, defense, figure out the cross.
Stewart plays it to the near side, headed up in the air by number 11, Barkus. Perigin's there and sends it through. If Nelson can get there in time, goalie's back. Nelson gets to it, plays it wide. Left it for Boney, just a little too far ahead. And that will be a goal kick for the Vikings. Unselfish play by Nelson, but probably just needed to finish that. Ada takes the goal kick for the Vikings. Played to the far side. Boney comes over to pressure. Freeze to the ball. Boney looking to make the steal. Freeze is able to get back to the middle. Sends it through. Again, our flat line looking embarrassingly bad. And Bowman defending in front. Vikings are able to get across. Shot to Stewart. Makes the save. Plays it out to the near side. Perigin calls Clevenger up ahead as Perigin tries to chip it over everybody, but it goes out of play. That will be a throw-in for the Vikings. Defensive line, connect to your goalie. There shouldn't be 60 yards between you. Throw in by Watkins. Perigin's there, heads it forward to Nelson. Nelson's able to settle, plays it up to Schumacher. Schumacher makes a touch, gets into the box, and gets fouled. That's a dog, so.
Hey, great pass. Good ball, guys. Nice work. That was a great pass.
Got to get in the box before you fall, Ben. Peregrine will take the free kick at the top of the box. Clevenger, Boney, and Anredder on the 6-yard line. Nelson at the top. 4-man line, or wall, I should say. Peregrine sends it into the wall. Nelson's there, puts it back in the middle. Peregrine controls it. Played over to the far side for Schumacher. Schumacher gets it back to the middle. Plays it across to Clevenger. Clevenger's open. Sets up the shot, far post, but goes wide of the frame, and goal kick for the Vikings. Ada sends the goal kick up to the far side, all the way up to midfield. You're too close, Calandro! Beatty's able to win it on the far side. Schumacher comes in and steals, plays it into the middle. Gets advantage, has some room. Stolen away by the Vikings. Freeze sends it up. Peregrine's there, plays it through to Anredder. Anredder chases to the corner. It can't keep it in, and the throw in for the Vikings. Up to Freeze, but he's not ready. Boney comes over and tries to make the steal. Freeze slides it away, still in play, and now out of bounds. Beatty will get the throw in for the Cougars. Throw into Peregrine. Peregrine settles, plays it to the middle. Up to Anredder on the wing. And flag is up. Anredder's offside. Ada will come up for the Vikings, the goalie, to take the free kick. Ada plays it to the far side. Good header to keep it in. Beatty chases back. Let's go, defenders! Ball played into Schumacher. Schumacher down the far side. Drop back to Dow. Back to Schumacher. Schumacher gets, still on the ball. He's able to make the turn. Still carrying. Chips it up to Nelson on the run. Nelson takes the shot and sends it over.
Patience, Black. You're okay. Patience, guys. Keep working. You're all right. Watch the short. Watch the short. Just be ready. Just be ready.
Ada takes the goal kick for the Vikings. Low ball into the middle. Chested by Peak. Schumacher comes over, makes the steal. Still on the ball. Fight for possession. Schumacher gets through. Zacharias comes back and steals on the far side. Schumacher still challenging for the ball. And knocked out. Throw in for the Cougars. Schumacher takes the throw into Peregrine. Peregrine tries to flick it through, deflected away by the Vikings. Zacharias comes in and steals. Played down the far side. Perigin comes over and is able to switch the field. Number 11 comes in, Barkis, gets a touch. Bowman comes over, chips it down the line to Clevenger. Clevenger keeps it in. Looking to cut it back across the field. Clevenger to the end line. Cuts it back into the middle. Looking at his options. Plays it through with his left. Deflected back into the middle. Perigin on the ball in the middle of the field. Plays it through to Nelson and cleared away into the stands. And that'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Over to Clevenger. Goes over his foot. Stolen away by the Vikings. Back into the middle. Bowman steps in. Gets it to Perigin with space. Perigin carries to the middle. Tries to sneak it through Real's feet, but Real blocks it away. Watkins there on the ball. Switch the field over to Anredder on the far side. Anredder loses his feet, stolen away by the Vikings. And free kick for Parsons. Gavin, you shouldn't be higher than the ball. Ball played in the middle of the Boney. Stolen away, played through. Stewart's able to come out of the box and grab it.
There's Michael right in the middle.
Stewart punts it away. Ball to Nelson. Heavy play into the box. Clandra will shield and Rush will come up. You grab it. Ben, you don't need to stand next to Justin. Let's go, guys. This is kindergarten. Dow plays it to the middle. High into the air. Perigin's able to get a header. Nelson's there for the ball. Sent high in the air by Zacharias. Perigin gets up. Good header forward. Vikings are there to clear it. Watkins is there. Calandro challenges. Perigin steps back and wins the ball. Good poke by Peak up to Watkins as Calandro is able to win it again. Nelson's able to keep Clevenger on side. Goalie comes out of the box. And good play by Ada to sweep it away, throw in for the Cougars. Nelson throws it into Perigin. Perigin sets up the shot on frame and saved by Ada. Comes to the top of the box to set up his attack. Wants a top spinning ball in the middle, bounces over the first line. Dow's there. And all the way into the top of the box for Stewart to grab. Stewart will hold up as they get reset. Side spinning ball up to Nelson. Zacharias is there, plays it to the middle. Schumacher wins it. Schumacher drops it for Perigin. Perigin chips it through for Clevenger. Clevenger's there, gets to the box, plays a one-touch across to Boney. Anredder's on the backside, plays it back in, and Ada's there for the save for the Vikings. Low ball into the middle. Get back!
Be running, Derek. Be running.
Derek, you're not on break!
You got to be goal side when the ball's down there.
Free kick for the Cougars. Dowell takes a back spinning ball into the middle. Schumacher's there. Able to get a touch to the far side. Looking to switch the field. Plays it through to Boney. Boney to the top of the box. And Ada is able to run up and grab it.
Right idea. It's there, guys. It's there.
Ada top spin ball to the middle. Deflected away. Nelson's there. Nelson tries to chip it over to Clevenger. Clevenger back to the ball. Makes a move. still on the ball, gets into the box. Clevenger cuts it far post and deflected away by the keeper. Boney gets back to it for Schumacher. Schumacher in the box and gets tackled from behind. Calandro steps up and wins it back to Perigin. Perigin takes a shot, deflected away again. Perigin back to Nelson at the top. Zacharias back to the ball. Nelson fights over and gets a tackle. Beatty gets to the ball on the far side. Beatty down the far side with his left. Cleared away again. You should not be flat with the ball. Beatty is able to win it away. Dahl plays it through to Schumacher on the run. Freeze is there, sends it to the sideline. Still in play as Schumacher comes over. He's able to get to the ball and make the turn. Looking at his options. Leaves it for Perigin. Perigin at the top of the box. Takes the shot. And keeper's right there to make the save. 7 minutes left here in the first. Ball played through to the middle. Stolen away by Beatty. Beatty plays it over to Clevenger. Stolen away. Back to the middle for Nelson. Nelson plays it through. Clevenger chases to the edge. Is able to keep it in. And deflected away by number 11, Barkas. And corner kick for the Cougars. Clevenger on the corner. Hamlin subbed in the game for Schumacher. Clevenger sends the ball in. Anner's there. One touch redirect, but can't get it on frame, and goal kick for the Vikings. Ball played to the far side, kept in by Swanson. Stolen away by Anredder. Anredder cuts it across, tries to send it through. Boney's holding still and gets it off the chest. Beatty on the far side. Beatty with his left on the line as Anredder will let it go. That'll be a goal kick for the Vikings. Ada sends the ball into the middle. Zacharias sends it through. Dowell's there, heads it up into the air in the middle. Zacharias back to the ball. That's Swanson back into the middle as Calandro is able to get over to it. Plays it out of play and throw in for the Vikings. Number 11, Barkas over for the throw in. Down the line, Bowman's able to deflect it. Bowman was able to deflect it off of Zacharias, throwing for the Cougars. Nelson settles and stolen away by the Vikings into the middle as Perigin chases back. Watkins and number 21, Boucher. Boucher got there for the touch. Beatty wins it, leaves it for Perigin. Perigin, good move. Boucher comes in and steals, plays it through, and Calandro was able to clear up to Boney, I mean. Boney gets to the ball at the top of the box. Boney's still on it. Tries to cut it back. Stolen away by number 24, Reel. Clevenger steals, gives it to Nelson. Nelson 1-2 to the corner for Clevenger. Clevenger trying to shape it, gets to the edge, cuts it back into the middle, leaves it for Nelson. Nelson with his right, and cleared away by the Vikings. Dowell's there on the far side to chase, and good slide tackle by Dowell. Swanson on the ball as Dowell's defending. Drop back for Freeze. Freeze sends it through, and Calandro's there in position and clears it away. Drop that to the keeper. You got 11. Play with 11, guys. Let's go. Freeze throws it into the box. And Stewart's there.
Look at the space. Look at the space.
Top spin ball. Barkus positions and heads it up, but Clevenger's able to get there and send it through. Nelson chases and cleared away to the edge, or to the end line by Reel for a corner kick for the Cougars.
Cougars. Let's go, guys. Work hard. You need somebody to stay right where the ref is.
Clevenger over to take the corner. All the way across. Pearrigion's there. Settles it into the middle. Slide tackle by the Vikings. Pearrigion back on the ball. Tries to switch it. Dowell sends it in, and keeper's there. Can't settle it. Bowman's there for the finish, and finishes for the goal. 3-0 Cougars.
And then it goes right in there. He thought it was going in. Well, he wouldn't take it. We don't have any goal at all.
Restart a play. Vikings take the kick. Calandro steps up to play it. Calandro wide to Clevenger, stolen away by Zacharias. Poke through, Bowman's there, and foul called on Calandro. Free kick for the Vikings. Fernando Zacharias, the senior, will take the free kick. Plays it across to his brother, Mario. Beatty comes on the challenge and out of play, throw in for the Vikings. Ball sent in, goes out the end line. That'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Pearrigin comes all the way back to take the goal kick.
Look at the space. Look at the space.
Driving ball up. Nelson's there. Heads it forward to Clevenger if Clevenger can keep it in. And goes out of bounds, throwing for the Vikings. Number 11, Connor Barkus, over to take the throw in. I got it! Clevenger throws it in down the line for Pearrigin. Pearrigin gets to the box, cuts it back, across to Boney. Boney makes a touch, gets in, and stolen away by the Vikings at the top of the box. That was like slow motion. Beatty chases back.
Right, Derek inside on him. Goal side, Derek.
Cleared away by the Cougars, back into the middle of the field. Dowell's there, tackles it away.
40 seconds.
Played it through.
Go, 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 go.
Cleared away by the Vikings to the far side. It's still in. Beatty comes over to pressure ball. Good through ball to Swanson. Dowell makes the challenge. And slide tackle, gets back up. Foul on the Vikings. 15 seconds left to play here in the first. Four seconds left. Pearrigin sends the ball into the middle of the field. After one half of play, Cougars leading 3-0. All right, guys, welcome back. We're ready to start the second half. 40 minutes on the clock. All right, we're underway. Schumacher plays it back to Nelson. Back to Schumacher with space in the middle over to Perigin. Perigin carries to the far side, plays it over to Clevenger. Freeze is there to steal. Played down the line to Clevenger. Clevenger being defended by Freeze in the corner. Gets through, sends it, carrying it to the middle. Plays it across, stolen away by number 21, Boucher. Zacharias tries to switch the field and gets it over to his brother Mario. Mario plays it into the middle. Schumacher comes over and steals. Schumacher settles, plays it back to Stewart at the top. Stewart settles, plays it over to Calandro. Calandro switches the field. Ball into the middle. And offside by number 6, Swanson. Free kick for the Cougars. Nelson takes the free kick. High backspinning ball into the middle. Boney's there, goes over, and Perigin gets to it, settles the. Perigin switches it over wide to Clevenger. Clevenger sends it across the box. Boney's there at the top, heads it in, and offside flag is up. That'll be a free kick for the Vikings. Into the middle. Handball called on the Vikings. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Perigin takes the free kick. Clevenger comes to the middle. Perigin chips it in. Clevenger there for the bicycle kick. Haley gets a touch back to Schumacher, cleared away by the Vikings. Over to Zacharias on the near side. Tries to play a bridge through to Beatty, but stolen away. Schumacher's on the ball. Schumacher sends it in the middle off the target and stolen away by the Vikings. Anredder pressure and ball. Zacharias gets it to the near side. Schumacher comes in to pressure ball. Played into the middle. Calandro plays it back into the middle and whistle. I'm not sure what the call was there. Did it touch? I guess it touched the ref. So drop ball for the Cougars. Calandro plays it over to Clevenger. Clevenger tries to sneak it in, goes through, and Freeze will chase to the corner. Clevenger defending. Freeze plays it wide to Zacharias. Bowman comes in and steals, tries to poke it through to Clevenger, back to Zacharias, into the middle of the field for Swanson. Swanson carries to the middle and switches the field. That's Zacharias on the near side, cuts it back to the middle, takes a shot with his left, and goes wide of the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Eddie, is there another ball somewhere? Barry, you got to be careful. You'll tear those stitches running around like that. Ball played out of the back to Nelson. Nelson over to Calandro. Calandro settles and takes space. Carries into the middle. Switches it over to Bowman on the far side. Bowman up to Clevenger. Clevenger tries to poke through to Perigin and goes out of bounds, throwing for the Vikings. Okay. We probably need another ball on the goal. Okay. Freeze takes the throw in. Clevenger steals. Gets position, plays it over to Nelson. Nelson carries to the middle. And switched over to Beatty. Beatty makes a touch with his left. Tackled by Zacharias. And sent back to the middle. Nelson's there to clear. Beatty's able to get the ball. Anredder sends it back to the middle. Beatty comes in and clears up to Haley. Get a touch. Haley sends it wide, and Bridge touches, gets back to it. Back into the box. Sent to the middle of the field. Peregrina's there. Peregrine carries across the frame. Sets up for the shot. Takes the shot, and goal! Michael Peregrine with the banger. 4-0 Cougars. What a shot by Peregrine.
Nice shot.
Boney's going to sub in the game for the Cougars. Haley taking a break. Dahl's coming in also for Nelson. Actually, Nelson switched to up top. Gavin's searching for his extra shin guard. All right, restart a play. Parsons sends it ahead. Clandro gets a touch. Beatty comes over. Tackle away by Swanson. Swanson into the middle for Zacharias. Beatty clears to the far side. Stewart comes up and grabs it. Stewart punts it away to the far side. Clevenger's there. Good settle by Clevenger in turn. Plays it down the line for Peregrine on the run. Peregrine gets to the edge. Holds up play. Makes a cut. Gets back in. Sends it to Clevenger. Clevenger settles. Takes the shot. Deflected away by number 24, Reel. Played to the far side for Zacharias. Through to Swanson. Swanson one touches to Zacharias. Good tackle by Dahl. Swanson back to the ball on the far side. Bowman comes over to pressure. Send into the middle. Beatty comes in. Beatty settles it and is able to clear and throw in for the Vikings. Ball sent in. Bowman heads forward for Peregrine. Peregrine's able to get a touch enough to get it up to Clevenger. Clevenger turns, has room, plays it up to Nelson on the run. Nelson gets ahead. That's Barkus on the ball. Nelson gets to the corner, cuts it back, plays it back to Clevenger. Clevenger has one coming. Being defended by Barkus. I'm sorry, by ball into the middle. Schumacher comes back. Beatty steals. Beatty over to Schumacher. Zacharias challenging. Schumacher's able to cut it back, plays it to Peregrine. Peregrine through to Boney. Schumacher comes through and stolen away by the Vikings. Dahl steps in. Retreat, retreat, retreat! Switch of field to Zacharias on the near side. And Beatty's able to clear it to the far side. Bowman tries to get on top of it and sends it out of play. Vikings throw in. Zacharias has it. Ball played through. Beatty's there. Ball gets into the box, and Stewart comes up and grabs it. Stewart top spin ball over to Clevenger. Clevenger is able to win it. Up to Bowman. Bowman leaves it for Clevenger. Clevenger has an option. Plays it through to Peregrine. Over the top. Peregrine's there. Goalie's out. Peregrine tries to get it through and turns and shoots. No goalie in. And Peregrine scores the goal. 5-0 Cougars. 31-32 official time on the clock. Nito subs in the game along with Jackson. Breeze plays it up ahead. Calandro knees it and is able to head it forward to Perigin with space. Perigin in the middle. Plays it wide for, actually that's going to go all the way into the box. And the Vikings give us the corner for some reason. Clevenger will go over to take the corner. Nelson and Jackson at the middle of the box. Perigin's on the far side. Clevenger set his tee too high, I think, and hit that about 50 yards in the air. Ada takes the goal kick for the Vikings. Over to the near side for Zacharias. Good through ball by the Vikings. Dowell's able to chase back, get to the ball. Still on the ball as Beatty comes back. Beatty carries it wide to the near side. Sends it up for Dowell. Dowell comes up to the ball and flips it high in the air. Cervantes tries to play it in, but missed touch, and that'll be a throw-in for the Cougars on the near side. Down the line for Nato. Beatty's able to settle.
Man on, man on, man on.
Beatty drops it for Perigin. Perigin being challenged by Watkins. Perigin makes a nice move to get back on the turn. Cuts it to the middle. Switches the field. And that's going to be a yellow card. Clock will stop on the sub.
Good job, Michael. Stay cool. Don't everybody go up. Somebody, yes.
Dowell takes the kick into the box. Perigin's there. Deflected to the side. And Jackson defends off of Jackson. That'll be a goal kick for the Vikings.
Turn around, turn around, turn around.
Restart into the middle of the field. Bowman's able to get over, gives it for Perigin. Perigin over to Schumacher. Schumacher in the middle of the field. Plays it over to Bowman on the far side. Bowman up to Clevenger. Clevenger settles. Plays it down the line for Schumacher on the diagonal. Schumacher in possession. Makes a move. Gets around, sends it in. Deflected, headed away by Reel. And Clevenger tries to send it in. Got underneath it. Goal kick for the Vikings.
Turn around, turn around.
Back spinning ball. Zacharias is able to get it favorable.
You ready, Edgar?
Dowell comes over. Yeah, play the drop. Plays it into Beatty. Beatty tries for the tackle. Won by Peak. Zacharias sends it through with his left. He's got his brother on the far side. Bowman's tracking back to get in front of the ball. Bowman's staying in front and sent across. Still in. Number 27, Swafford, chases over for it. Played back. Perigin's there. Perigin leaves it for Dowell into the sideline. Dowell plays it up the line. And ball sent in by Cervantes. Still in play as Stewart's able to get to it. Stewart topspin ball to the far side for Clevenger. Clevenger settles it with his chest. Plays it through to Nelson. Nelson chips it up for Schumacher. and a little too far up. Punted away by the keeper. Played through to the far side. And cleared away by the Cougars. Calandra throw in for the Vikings. Ball played in. Swanson tries to settle that off his chest and loses it out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Bowman subs out of the game as Enredder's back in, and Hunter coming in for Nito on the near side. Throwing to Perigin up ahead to Nelson, off of his back. Freeze to the ball. Plays it over to Zacharias into the middle for number 11, Barkus. Anredder's there and clears it away. And throwing for the Vikings. Into the middle for Swanson. Glander was able to clear with his left. Reel comes up and makes a touch. Played through to Zacharias. He's able to turn, plays it to his brother, and he's offside. And free kick for the Cougars. Perigin looking to take a quick restart. Plays a driving ball up ahead. It gets through. Nelson will chase. Barkus is over and clears it out of play, and that will be a throw-in for the Cougars. Nelson plays a throw-in into the middle. Gets through. Perigin makes the touch and scores. And Perigin gets his hat trick. Is that his fourth? The third.
Ball, guys. Good ball in, Liam.
6-0 the score. Vikings restart play. Jackson defending. Beatty heads it up in the air. Dowell's there. Get to a cover spot. Dowell carries down the line. Stolen away by the Vikings. Perigin's there. Swanson's able to get back and steal. Played through and deflected back for Perigin. Perigin carries, switches it to Clevenger. Clevenger cuts in, gets a touch. Still on the ball. Clevenger trying to poke through. Gets it in, and he's there for the shot. And Clevenger finishes for his second goal of the game. 7-0 the score as Hamlin and Haley check back in. Perigin and Nelson come off. Curtis restarts play for the Vikings. Ball played over to the near side. Hunter challenging. Zacharias on the near side tries to get an angle. Beatty steps in and puts it back into the middle of the field. Curtis on the ball. Gets it over to Zacharias. Hunter deflects. Beatty gets it wide to Hunter. Hunter tries to play it through. Zacharias is there. Keeps it in on the sideline, and Beatty's able to poke it away. Zacharias back to the ball. Schumacher steps in for the tackle. Zacharias gets through. Still on the ball. Sent into the box. Stewart comes up. Can he get there in time? And that'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Calandro, good side spinning ball to the middle. Schumacher settles. Good settle. Plays it for Clevenger on the far side. Clevenger sends it through for Haley. Schumacher's there also. Freeze challenging back. Freeze gets the ball as Schumacher is able to win it. Barkus there defending also. Schumacher still on the ball, trying to get turned. And out of bounds thrown for the Cougars. Clevenger takes the throw in. Into the middle, cleared away by the Vikings. Anredder gets to the ball. Calandro communicating with him. Anredder pressuring ball. Zacharias pokes through. And Anredder's called for the foul as he grabbed Zacharias on the bridge touch. So free kick for the Vikings. Side spinning ball to the far side. Anredder and Zacharias there. Fernando Zacharias sends it back into the box, and Stewart's there to clean it up. Stewart throws it into the middle for Clevenger. Clevenger lets it run. Gets to the ball. Was able to get it through Barkus. Clevenger still carrying on the far side. Barkus clears away and plays it out of play. Throwing for Clevenger. Subs coming in the game, though, so we're going to have to reset. Clevenger subs out as Nato will take his spot. Schumacher's going to do the throw-in. Leaves it for Nato, plays it up to Haley out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars. Nato takes the goal kick into the middle. Schumacher settles. Able to get through. Schumacher on the ball, and Zacharias is able to win it. Schumacher challenges back, still in front. Is able to step in and make the tackle. Gets back to the ball. Schumacher makes the turn and is able to earn the free kick. Schumacher wants it.
Upper 90.
Take it.
Take it now.
Take it. Schumacher takes the kick, and gotta be better than that. Return those new boots. All the way back. Got to keep her there. Play it back. 1-on-6. Play it to your teammate. Call for that, Stewart. Let's go. Free kick for the Vikings. Goes wide of the frame. And that'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Calandra, ball into the middle. Hamlin gets a touch. Barkas sends it high into the air. That's Swanson playing it wide to Zacharias, and Calandra comes over and clears it out of play. Ball down the line. Played back into the middle. NATO's there. And foul called on the Vikings. Free kick for the Cougars. Calandra's over there for the free kick. Or no, I'm sorry, that's a throw-in. They call it out of play on the Vikings. Throw-in for the Cougars. Up ahead to Schumacher. Schumacher's able to settle and turn. Gets through the first line. Plays it wide for NATO to run under. And cleared away by the Vikings. Throw-in for the Cougars. Schumacher comes in for the throw. To Haley, back to Schumacher. Breeze defending. Schumacher's able to get around. Breeze. Oh. Schumacher fouls him, and free kick for the Vikings. Ball into the middle. Or down the line, I'm sorry. That's Zacharias on the ball. Plays it into the middle. Dowell's there, plays it forward. Boucher heads it into the air. Fight for the ball as Hamlin gets there. Hamlin carrying, gives it to Hunter. Hunter up ahead, plays it through to Jackson. Back to Hunter. Hunter to the edge. Still on the ball. Hunter drops back to Beatty. Beatty receives and cuts it back. Plays it over to Calandra on the back. Calandra loses it through. Swanson running out. Calandra chasing back as Sawkins helps. Drop back to Watkins. Watkins at the top of the box. Cuts it back. Gets position. Calandra is there. Sawkins comes in and clears to Hunter. And Cougars do a good job saving the challenge. Hunter on the ball. Fight for possession with Cervantes. Cervantes is able to win it. Plays it into the box, and Stewart's there to receive it. Lando takes the free kick. Ball in. Haley tries to get a touch, goes through. Sent back. Schumacher tries to get a touch and misses. Vikings have room. Played into the middle. Calandra clears it away. And again, this space here is a free drop. Dowell's able to clear, throwing for the Vikings. Vikings are able to keep it in. Beatty gets a touch. Over to Schumacher. Schumacher clears. Haley's up ahead. And tried to stop that ball rather than receive it. Sawkins clears away. Throw in for the Vikings. 12:30 left to play. Throwing into the corner. Calandro is there. It steals. Calandro clears it up to Haley. Over to Hunter. Hunter plays it through to Haley. Haley up ahead, gets a touch. Goalie comes out if Haley can get there. And Ada slide tackles it out of the way. Barkus on the ball. Nato comes in and tackles. Over to Freeze on the far side. Haley pressuring ball. Freeze still on the far side, plays it through to Zacharias. Gets through. Cut back into the middle. Dow's there. Swanson gets it over to Zacharias on the near side. Beatty comes back. Calandro steps in, gets a touch, still on the ball, takes the shot, and goal for the Vikings. $11:20 left in the game. Are we at running clock now? No, I mean, not that I know of. Restart for the Cougars. Calandro back in the middle for Perigin. Perigin plays it through to Clevenger. Clevenger fighting for possession, gets to the ball, gets into the box. Clevenger looks to set up with his left and doesn't get enough on it. And the keeper's able to save. Ball into the middle of the field. Hamlin's there to pressure. Played up to Zacharias on the near side. Played into the middle. Calandro chases back. Play it back! Oh my goodness. Thrown in by the Vikings. Perigin defending up front.
Jason, check the 12.
Sent across the frame. Beatty comes in and deflects. Ball played through. Calandro's there and clears it for a corner kick for the Vikings. Vikings over for the corner. Plays it short to Zacharias. Sawkins steps up and wins the challenge. Plays it away, but stolen away by the Vikings. Sent into the end line. That will go out of bounds. Corner kick. Corner kick, the ruling for the Vikings. Ball played into the top of the box. Zacharias gets a shoulder on it, look like. And that'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Perigin takes the goal kick. Good ball into the middle for Nelson. Nelson heads it forward, and the keeper's there to settle it. Ada plays it into the middle for Freeze. Clevenger comes to challenge, stolen away by Hamlin. Clevenger deflects. Nelson's there. Freeze is able to battle it away. Leaves it for Perigin. Perigin plays it in, but Freeze steals. Back into the middle by Sawkins. Watkins comes up and wins the ball. Watkins running through as Perigin comes back. Watkins still on the ball, gets into the box and hits as Perigin carries to the near side wide. Perigin has plenty of room. Sets up to take the kick into the middle. Schumacher's there. Schumacher settles and turns. Schumacher plays it over to Clevenger. Headed away by Barkus, but Clevenger's still there. Drops it in. Nelson's there to finish, and Nelson's unselfishly lets it go in for the goal for Clevenger. And that's a hat trick for Hudson Clevenger. .7:30 left to play. 8-1 the score. Restart of play by the Vikings. Peak on the ball. Perigin defending. Peak sends it down the near side. Play it back to your keeper. Beatty on the near side. Chalk your boots is what they call that. Perigin takes the throw in down the line. Get up to Schumacher. Headed in the air by Reel. Need in the air. Hunter on the ball. Hunter gets the tackle. Still on the ball. Leaves it for Schumacher. Schumacher turns. Schumacher still carrying. Gets the edge. Cuts it back into the middle. Schumacher sets up the shot. Near post. And saved by Ada for the Vikings. Ada topspin ball into the middle. Bounces over the first line. Dowell chases back. Switches it over to Clevenger. Clevenger leaves it for Perigin, who chips it back to Clevenger on the run to the corner. Clevenger tries to cut it back, knocked off Freeze, and throw in for the Cougars. Boney coming back in the game for the Cougars as Schumacher subs out. Clevenger throwing to Perigin. Perigin on the end line, cuts it back. Takes the shot and off the keeper for the finish. And that will do it for the game. 5:52 left on the clock. 9-1 is the final.